before we start your evolution discussion today, I'm going to give you a short activity that one of my university peers gave me. And I just shortened it a bit just to make it a bit more time-friendly for us. And it is on evolution, as I mentioned. And so before we start, I just want to quickly go over a short overview of what evolution is. And specifically, we're talking about the change in a gene pool of a population from generation to generation. And that these mutations and genetic drift and natural selection all play a part in altering the evolution of a species. Specifically though, for our activity, we want to pay attention to the definition that allele frequencies are changing over time. That's sort of our definition for evolution right now. And so now the activity. So what we're doing today is we discovered a new species in Lake Ontario, and they're called pipers. And as you can all tell, they're the pipe cleaners that you all have. However, they have a little problem, and that humans like to eat them, so it's not good. And however, when they try to catch them with the nets, some of them can actually escape through the nets, so some of them can survive. So the thing I want you to keep in mind is how will this sort of fishing pattern and escaping sort of change the population over time. So what we have in front of us today, we have our two cards, and these are going to be representing our alleles. We also have our pipe cleaner, which is the body of the organism, which we will be changing in a second. And we also have water bottles, which are going to represent the net that the humans are using to catch. And so specifically, I want to mention that these cards, because each have two, represents the two alleles, one from the mother and one from the father. And that they are going to be representing our body-shaped gene. And the black cards are the dominant allele. This is going to be representing our spiral body, and the red cards are the recessive allele, and these are for wavy body. And just like a playing deck, alleles frequencies in a population start at about 50 for both. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a little bit of a moment here to build your sort of organism with the pipe cleaner. So looking at your cards, if you're homozygous recessive, you can go ahead and make the wavy pattern, or if you're homozygous dominant or heterozygous with the cards, you can make the spiral pattern. So just, make them as best as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. For the spiral patterns, try your best just to keep it like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'll just make one myself as well. Is everyone mostly done? All right, perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to test to see if they can escape the human's nets. So in front of you, you all have a water bottle. So you can take off the cap, and the hole of the water bottle is going to represent the hole of a net. So if the organism can pass through the hole into the bottle, it can escape the net and survive. However, if you find that your body of the organism cannot pass through, just leave it off to the side, and unfortunately you got caught and eaten by the humans this time. So take a couple moments just to attempt it. Don't squish the body so much to like force it in, but yeah, so it should just kind of fit in a little bit like that. Okay, everyone mostly attempted it and got it? Okay. So, which organisms were able to escape the nets? Which were able to pass through? The wavy body. They're able to actually pass through. They don't get caught up because the spiral pattern doesn't actually have a way of getting in. So which were these? Were these homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive, or heterozygous?
I think dominant.
So I'm going to mention that the homozygous dominant is the black cards, and so the homozygous recessive one were the ones who were able to survive. So these are for, the red cards were for the wavy pattern. So therefore, if those are the ones that survived, what were the alleles? Were they black cards or were they red cards?
They were two homozygous recessive genes.
Yes, so both had red cards. So now if we were to look at the allele frequency, we said we started off at about 50% black and 50% red at the beginning. However, now if all the ones that survived were red, then that means the allele frequency is 0% black and 100% red. Everyone okay with that? Yeah. So, did evolution occur here? Does anyone have a guess or answer?
Yes, because they all have the same allele frequency, right?
Yeah, exactly. The allele frequency has changed from generation to generation over time. So the population as a whole has evolved. And out of curiosity, what were the colors that survived? Pink. Any other ones pink? It looks like mostly pink. So as a sort of side, this doesn't have to affect the survivability, but only the pink ones survived. So not only are the organisms wavy body now in the future, but they're also by accident pink. So it's another form of evolution that occurred accidentally. And yeah, thank you guys for participating.